Hello, scientists. As you just watched from the Adventure Academy, we are going to be talking about different kinds of energy now in science for a month or so. Hope that you learned something from that video. I do not like roller coasters, so me watching that going, no thanks. Anyways, get your science books out. We are going to be on page 187 and a pencil, and we're going to get going learning about the different kinds of energy. And now that you saw the Adventure Academy, you've got some background knowledge already, which is great. So it says, find the answer to the following question in this lesson and record it here. What makes this toy pop up? You've seen toys like that where you push it down, and then after a while it pops up. We're going to learn all about that. And also we're going to be discussing the main idea. See, it's not just in reading, folks. The main idea of a section is the most important idea. The main idea may be stated in the first sentence, or it may be stated somewhere else. Active readers look for main ideas by asking themselves, what is this section mostly about? So that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be learning about energy and identifying our main idea. So let's turn the page and we can get started. Okay, what's energy? Let's focus on this page first. And as we read, let's draw circles around the main idea of the paragraph. All right. You have lots of energy, people say that when you run around a lot. So what is energy? I bet you've heard that before, especially now being an e-learner. Got to get that energy out. Energy is the ability to make something move or change. If you want to put a book on a shelf, it takes energy to move it up there. What about melting snow? It takes energy to change snow to liquid water. So what is our main idea of that passage, of that paragraph rather? It is stated in the first sentence. Energy, because everything is about energy. Energy is the ability to make something move or change. Move it like a bookshelf or change it from snow to liquid water. There are many forms of energy. Potential energy is stored energy, which you learned about in the video. At that top of the roller coaster, before it goes down, it's storing up all that energy. And then there is the kinetic energy, is the energy of motion. Stored energy, potential, up here at the top of the roller coaster, kinetic energy when it is in motion. An object can have potential energy, kinetic energy, or both. In objects, remember what that is? How to pronounce it. Mechanical. Mechanical energy is the total of its potential and kinetic energy. So what is that paragraph mostly about? What's the main idea there? Yep, it's also stated in the first sentence. Everything is about the different forms of energy. So let's look more about potential and kinetic energy on the next page. So we see potential energy. Okay. The spring is down. It hasn't gone up yet. It's at the top of the table. The spring gained potential energy when it was pushed down. The ball gained potential energy when it was lifted onto the table. Now we've got our kinetic energy. As the spring and the ball move, their potential energy changes to kinetic energy. The mechanical energy of each stays the same. It just changes form. So we go from potential to kinetic. And doesn't that answer our question on the other page? Right? So let's turn back and write in the answer there. Okay? So when the spring is pressed down, it gained potential energy. When the spring is pressed down, you should be writing this, it gained potential energy. Just like the ball at the top of the table or the roller coaster at the top of the track. Okay, it's gaining energy. And then when you let go, boop, we've got our kinetic energy. When it releases, the toy went up with now kinetic energy, period. Okay, so when the spring was pushed down, just like the roller coaster at the top and the ball at the top, when the spring was pushed down, it's got potential energy. It's going to move. As soon as you let go, all that energy had built up, and then you've got kinetic energy because it moved. Okay. And I'm pausing because I know I write a little bit faster than you, because I've been writing a lot longer than you. All right, I'll give you another few seconds, and then we'll move on. I love these things. They're fun, because you just never know when that potential energy is going to let loose. Okay. Now we are going to write whether each person or object has potential energy or kinetic energy. Who could move and who is actually moving. Let's look at this boy here. Or no, it's pointed to the cord, the extension cord. Is it in movement? No, it's got potential. It's not moving, so it's got potential energy. It could move. Let's look at this guitar. If you can tell, there's not two guitars there. It's supposed to look like it's falling over, which means it's moving, which means it has kinetic energy. Good. Look at this girl. What's she doing? She's dancing. So she's moving. So it's kinetic. Do you like that? All right. And this ball up here, it's just like that ball at the top of the table. It's got potential to move. It's not moving yet. It's just resting there, storing that energy. So that's why it's labeled potential. And let's look at this boy. He's holding a cord. Is it doing anything? Is it moving? No, it's potential. It's not moving. Okay. Hopefully that's making sense, especially watching that video really probably brought all of these words to life. Whereas if we had just read the words, you'd be like, I don't really get it. But hopefully watching that video with the roller coaster really brought it to life. All right, just a few little bit more. Where's the energy? Energy is all around us. Oh boy, sorry about that. Every day, it has many different forms. How can you use energy in your home? Write an example for each caption. Okay, so we're going to do this together because tomorrow you're going to do something on your own. Sound energy. Sound comes from the speakers as music. What is an example of sound energy at your house? What's something that makes sound? At my house, I'm going to say the TV makes sound. If you want to put something else, that's okay. Okay. So if you want to write the TV, fine. If you want to write something else that makes sound, that's fine too. Like your Alexa might make some sound. You might make it play, or your karaoke machine. We love our karaoke machine. We are not good singers, but we sure do love to sing loud. That's not good sound energy for anybody else though. Okay, here again, a big, long, weird looking thing when it's surrounded with the dots in between, that tells us how to pronounce the words. And you probably know this word, electricity. Electrical energy or electricity is energy that moves through wires. It makes equipment work. So what is something that you use electrical energy, something that makes equipment work? My blender uses electrical energy to do work. I use my blender at home to make smoothies. And it's using, I have to plug it in, so it has to use electrical energy. So you can use that, and you can think of something else maybe that you plug in that uses electrical energy. You don't have to write what I write. Okay? Now we've got heat energy. Heat from the lights makes the musicians sweat. What is something in your house that produces heat energy? Heat energy from the heater. Think about in the wintertime when you were cold a few months ago. It warmed up the house, didn't it? That comes from heat. Heat energy from the heater warms up my house. And then we have light energy. Light from the spotlights helps the crowd see the band play. Where do you get light from at your house besides the windows? Lamps. Light from, I get light from my lamps as light energy. Probably know how to spell that word energy pretty good by now, huh? Okay. And there are other things that give you light energy. The TV will give you light energy because you get light from that, right? The light on your ceiling fan, you get light energy from that. Several different examples. Light from a flashlight, you get light energy from that, right? Okay, so today to wrap it up and to review, we are talking about the different kinds of energy. Specifically, we're focusing on potential and, kinetic energy. And remember, potential energy is that energy that is stored. It's stored, right? It hasn't gone yet, just like that roller coaster, right? And then when it starts to move, then it changes form to kinetic energy. Kinetic energy is movement. And we're going to work more on that tomorrow. So tomorrow, we're going to finish up this lesson. So make sure you have your book ready for tomorrow. And I'll see you then. That's kinetic energy right there.